Here I lay all alone, tossing, turning, longing for some of your tender love. I'm waiting for the right moment to come, so I can thank you for all the tender love you've given to me. Tender love. Hello, Scorpios. This is Tarot Queen Jamila here to do your love and relationship reading for September 2017. I will be using the True Love Tarot spread. It is a 6-card spread, and I will throw clarifiers with it. So welcome to the channel. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button. And if you are in need of a private reading or other spiritual services, the link to my website is below. All right, I will be using the Witch's Tarot deck for this reading. And I already can sense some sort of turbulent energy already. Goodness gracious, Scorpio, for September. All right, so we're going to call to the spirits and the spirit guides for the Scorpios. This will be for singles and people with lovers, okay? So I will read it both ways. Spirits, what do you want Scorpios to know about September 2017 with their love life? I need to start laying down some salt. Okay, what are you seeing? Where are you seeing Scorpio? Where's lover? What connects them in September? And what connects their relationship? What's the weaknesses? I'm sorry, the strengths, the weaknesses, and the outcome. The outcome, all right. So your strengths and weaknesses must be the same. So, yeah, I can sense some really, really high emotions already. Uh-oh. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, goodness. Okay, so Scorpios. Uh-oh. I knew something was up. First of all, going into September, the card to represent your thoughts, your feelings, your actions in the relationship is the Page of Swords. So you are being very assertive. You're communicating more, you know, but I feel as though you're communicating about something that you're definitely not happy with. Your partner comes up as the Four of Swords, so they're sort of taking a break in September. Okay, now if you're single, I definitely feel as though you're going to be communicating with an ex-lover. So if you have an ex-Scorpio lover, they're going to contact you. Okay, so this reading is actually good for the people that are looking out for Scorpio to come back. But for the people that are currently with the Scorpio, something ain't going to go right. Okay, so let me clarify what this Page of Swords is talking about. Spirits, give me some clarity on the Page of Swords. Okay, right now, I kind of feel like a lot of Scorpios, they might be, if you're in a short-term relationship with a Scorpio, it might be sort of like a rebound thing. Okay, I hate to tell you now, Court card, King of Cups comes up, and what's behind him is the High Priest. So that does convert over to the Hierophant. Okay. Definitely, I feel as though a lot of you Scorpios are sort of going possibly outside of your relationships or maybe marriages is what the High Priest is saying to me. You know that can be dangerous. It just depends on what your spiritual belief system is, but I believe that there is like this consciousness of cheating just kind of across the board. Okay, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the set of stars that we live under. I don't know, but let's ask the High Priest, what does he want Scorpio to know in September or just now also. So the Knight of Cups. So Scorpio, High Priest is talking about your emotions big time. Speaking what's from your heart in September. Also, the Knight of Cups does represent someone that is, fast by your side emotionally. So if you are single, I am again seeing either, I feel like this Knight of Cups is a water sign that's going to walk back into the picture. They're sort of walking towards you. Now, I do feel like you are either getting out of something or you're going to in September just because of this Three of Swords. Four of Swords is representing, I feel like it's in September, things are going to be a little bit stagnant, a little bit with whoever this is, okay? Let me ask Spirit to give me some clarity on the Four of Swords. This is the four, I'm sorry, there's some kids outside playing, so it's kind of distracting a little. Yeah, the Lovers. So I feel as though also, Scorpio, whoever you're dealing with in September, they're going to be confused about how they feel about you. They may have feelings for someone else, possibly. Or maybe they're just making some decisions. Maybe they're feeling like they're at a crossroads in their life and, maybe they want to step outside of where they're already at. So they're sort of renegotiating and trying to figure out if it's what they want. I'm going to ask Spirit, what does Scorpio need to know about this Lovers card? So keep in mind that people that you're in a relationship with, sometimes the Wheel of the Year. It's definitely some kind of crossroads. I can see your lover, especially between these lovers, there's a lot of negativity, PTSD, fighting in the past, okay? And they are just kind of looking for, change in their life in September, Scorpio. And you're sort of in the mode of, fight. I kind of believe your partner is going to be like, hey, I need to rest. I've got some fortunate things coming in. Okay. Now, Scorpio, the foundation of your relationship, what connects you, if it's a long-term thing, like longer than 3 years or 3 months, I feel as though you did get together at a time where things were sort of, so it kind of leads me to believe that maybe if something negative hadn't happened, you wouldn't have ever connected. But it kind of relates to traumatic bonding. So I'm going to ask spirits what advice to offer on that. I feel like you may have rushed into things, but I'm going to ask spirit. Definitely your lover or your significant other that you're dealing with in September. But again, I do see this Knight of Cups coming in from the past. Spirit, what clarity, what do you want Scorpio to know about Three of Swords? Okay, the shadow side. Someone from your past that you're trying to break free from, or maybe your lover. Yep, Seven of Cups. It's possibly a lover that is still attached to either you or your lover or either your partner. If you're single, you've definitely been caught up with someone and spirits are saying that it is time for you to move along in your love life if you're single. Now your strength is the Six of Wands, so I feel like this is relative to family, maybe even spiritual foundation, okay, the Six of Wands. So this is a very positive card to get. Your weaknesses, though, is the Three of Cups. So I feel as though, again, this is the card of reunions, of happiness, of joy. I kind of feel as though possibly that got lost at some point. Okay, like possibly even in routine, it got lost because of this Hierophant or the High Priest. Also, it represents just the energy of possible other potential mates. Okay, with the Three of Cups, maybe there's someone close to the situation, possibly a sibling rivalry thing going on that could be affecting you. Believe it or not, if your sibling is competing against you to be like, keep up with the Joneses, they'll purposely try to destroy your relationship just to make theirs look better or feel better. I don't know what's up with that. I'm going to ask Spirit to give me some clarity on the Three of Cups. Hey, come away from that window, baby. All right. The World card comes up. Feel like connecting with other couples possibly could be the issue. Definitely the World card represents somebody in the relationship. Their views are possibly closed, particularly the Scorpio. So a Scorpio, I also feel as though when your lover is too far out of routine, you kind of, even though Scorpios are a water sign, it still sort of shows that, you know, you may need to open up. The Ace of Wands. So I feel as though, Scorpio, you have been thinking about uprooting yourself, you know, moving to another area, traveling. Maybe it's just travel. Maybe you're just trying to think about traveling. And that might be where your weakness is that you're possibly a little too closed in, maybe a little too isolated. Your outcome card is the Nine of Swords. So again, with Scorpios, you know, we're coming up on October. And so I feel like Nine of Swords is kind of where you're trying to process everything. Okay. So Nine of Swords does represent anxiety. I do feel as though, just to sum it all up, whoever this reading is for, I feel like you may have, I don't want to say rushed into it, but you may have connected at a bad time. And, you know, maybe you just need to possibly take a break, take a rest from it, let go of something from the past, definitely. Spirits, give me some clarity on Nine of Swords, or either some advice for the Scorpios. Okay, the Queen of Wands. So, the Queen of Wands, excuse me, honey. All right, thank you. The Queen of Wands is representing, I feel as though it's Kundalini energy. It's possibly built up Kundalini energy, especially with this shadow side coming up. I really do love the Devil card, or the shadow side in this deck. It's a couple kind of hovered over in the corner. There's a dark figure. However, you can see the beam of light right there. So it's kind of one of those things to where, you know, that kind of bondage is sometimes done to self. You can change any situation. The Queen of Wands represents transformation and change, but she also represents Kundalini energy. Okay, so does the Ace of Wands. So I'm going to ask Spirit. Also, I feel as though, again, with the Three of Cups coming up and the Ace of Wands over here, feel as though it's possible in your relationship you haven't been wanting to be intimate. Okay, so there's some problems with the intimacy. Possibly in September, or maybe through the course of your relationship. But I'm going to ask Spirit, what advice does the Queen of Wands offer? All right. The Moon. So this Queen of Wands could also represent someone that is casting some kind of dark shadow. Could be a fire sign person. This person is very emotional about you. This person feels very strongly that you should be with them, and they are letting you know that. But they're sort of, like previously, they're scaring you off a little bit. Okay, it's just a little too much for you. So I'm going to ask Spirit what advice to offer the Scorpios in September on this Moon card. Okay, the Tower. So I feel as though Queen of Wands, the Moon, and the Tower could also just represent you and your love life. And huge unexpected change is going to be expected. I feel as though this Nine of Swords kind of represents a Kundalini rising, but you do have some change coming up as far as with this Moon card. And I feel as though if you're single, again, you have a fire sign possibly coming into your life. Or it could be a water sign. Okay, Three of Wands comes up. So again, the Three of Wands makes sense. You got a lot of threes in your reading anyway, and I do feel as though it's a possible attachment that you have. That's something that spirits want you to change as far as your relationship cycles. Okay, because you can see this Wheel of the Year coming up. Definitely feeling some dark energies, possible seasonal energies, especially with this 9 coming up. That's another thing because it's symbolic of of September. It's the 9th month. So you've got some issues every September possibly. Um, what do I think it has to do with? I think it has to do with unhealthy attachments from your childhood, from your past, from other relationships. Especially if you're single, you're sort of holding all this in, okay, with this Four of Swords. Four of Swords is sort of where a single person is sort of isolating themselves. All right, so anyway, thank you so much for watching, Scorpios. If you are in need of a private reading or other spiritual services, the link to my website is below. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste.